Hello, everybody, and hello to you, the Jew Kashu. It is an early stream indeed. We are back with Elden Ring. Last stream, we took out Margit the Fell Omen in one try and started making our way through the sneaky way through Stormveil Castle. Had to go to work, so I ended the stream up here on this tower. And now we are going to continue on. This has been a really cool area. It's basically like a massive Souls-style dungeon in the middle of the open world. There's multiple of these for anyone watching who wasn't aware. So this is going to be a bit more of a directed stream as we make our way towards the boss of this tower who, well, anyone who followed any of the pre-release stuff or played in the network test or has been even following the lore while I've been streaming in this game knows we are off to slay Godric the Grafted, the demigod who rules this castle. So let's get back to it. And thank you all for joining me. Right, it was like a really cheeky way of like shortcuts and narrow passages that we had to take to get back over here. That was the second last stream, the Jew Kashu. I did a pre-work stream yesterday, so would be the most recent VOD. But yes, the stream before that was when we met the girl who gave me the jellyfish ashes, and we beat our heads against the against the Crucible Knight over and over and over again. Thankfully, a friend of mine told me he's actually supposed to be that badass, and it's pretty natural to come back and fight him after Godric. Ooh, that was actually a way down. Impressed. Looks like I could have dropped onto that side too. Oh, these just lead back here. Unless... Am I able to walk across that? I don't think so. I'm able to jump across. Nope. Not entirely. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back there to get my souls. That's a good chunk of soul. But yes, the stream I did yesterday afternoon, around 3, we started around like 2:15 here, so I think you're 2 hours behind us. It's just after 4 for you, right, the Jew Kashu? Because it's just after 6 here. And yeah, we, oh, right, my souls are up. Yeah, no, we, found a Coliseum that gave me the PvP fingers and PvP summon pool thing. We got some more stuff out of the round table hold. Ow. And then we came here. Killed the Margit the Fell in one try, and now that I've come this far into Stormveil Castle, I've pretty much exhausted all of my previous network test knowledge. Everything from here is blind and fresh. Oh! 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 Holy shit! Nope! Oh, well, there go those souls. That... I should have jumped. Would have gotten out of there that way. I need to remember this game has a jump button for escapes. Alright, well, still going up that way because I don't feel like I'm fully done exploring up there yet. And I will stop playing like shit in a minute. Oh, I can't get up there. Oh, Jesus. I swear I will stop playing like shit in a minute. You were lazy. So are you. Right, yeah, the way I got to where I started the stream was this way. Like I said, very sneaky route. And I'm only going back this way to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I feel like I missed something there. But there's no real way for me to... Unless... No. This grafted bird also has a mask. Oh, I never saw its fire attack. Because Godric the Grafted loves grafting things onto other things, apparently. That bird just kicked my ass. Last time it did not put up nearly as much of a fight. Okay. For real this time. Nah, that literally was how you get to that side. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to break all of them. Oh well. No worries, the Jukaju. I hope you enjoy your sushi. It is a nice night for it. Slightly better. And this is a totally optional way that I'm going. Oh, takoyaki is actually my pup's favorite when it comes to Japanese snackables. Okay, this time, don't die. When the horizontal swipes don't work, go with the vertical. Could have also tried jumping attacks. Is there anything cool on the other side of this? Nothing at all. Because, yeah, to get to that tower I started up, like, those are up there, so I got up this way. And I just want to see if there's anything else there before moving on and going the other way. Because, like, yeah, that's a sneaky route. Oh, you lucky fuck. They all have mushrooms. And I am pulling decent experience given that I need about, like, 12k to level. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything down on those sides. So, you know what? Let's just head back. Oh, you're 2 hours ahead of us. Right, not 2 hours behind. Because, yeah, it's if it's just after 8:15 there, it's just after 6:15 here. Ooh, you should attack it with chopsticks in both hands. That's what I say, the Jew Kashu. Alright, so now that we've gone up, let's go this way. There were some neat extra items that way. I got my, like, cross-legged dozing emote. Right! The birds with knives grafted to their feet throw explosive barrels on this rampart. And you don't want them to throw the explosive barrels into the explosive barrels, because... Ha! Good bird! Bad bird. Bad bird. Okay. All the thorns on this castle, too. You know, we don't want to... There is an item down there. It... Makes me wonder. Yep, that's survivable. Okay, we were already over there. Sneaky fuckers. That's very sneaky. Pecky was feeling peckish. Marred wooden shield. Oh, the shield that the soldiers in this area have with thorns on it. Cool. This is an interesting little aside. Wants me to keep on going. I can go that way, or I can drop down here first. I survived that? Scarab! Storm Assault? I'm gonna have to check that out. Well, there are so many little hidden aside, like little side paths in this place. I wonder what would have happened if I dropped the other way. I'm gonna have to find out next time. Oh, it's a crucible night. Yep, he fights exactly the same way he does as a boss. He intimidated me a bit, not gonna lie. It's not gonna happen again. I want his armor. Fucked up your barrel, didn't I? I have my strategy for dealing with those birds now. Fuck! Oh, that... Okay, good. Okay, so there were two ways off here, if I remember correctly. No. Yes. That led all the way down. What does this do? Straight up kills me. Science! That looked like a ledge to me. Oh well. Hmm. Stormhawk feathers. Yep, just a simple guard counter. Once they do their, like, big swing, take them out instantly. That's the way to kill those birds. Now, to kill a Crucible Knight. It's like an Ezio fall. See if I can be sneaky about this. So if I can get backstab damage on him, start the fight. Fuck, why not? Sekiro the shit out of this shit. Oh, he can't be backstabbed. Oh, wow. Either that or it just didn't backstab him. I don't know. It's a really bad place to fight him, too. Not a lot of room to maneuver without being worried about going off the cliff. Oh, you fucking... There. Ahoy, Mr. Drew. You have caught me continuing to explore Stormveil Castle. And we found an interesting little discovery. One, that bird doesn't give a shit about its partner's safety. At all. Two, there's a regular enemy version of the Crucible Knight boss that we were fighting while the other night down here, who's kicking my ass. Let's try for all out aggression on him this time. And if I can't sneak attack him with a backstab, I will sneak attack him with a charged R2. And I have a feeling he's not a regular enemy. Like, I have a feeling that once he's dead, he will not come back. Yeah, you must be pretty far in Horizon by now, Drew. You've been playing it for a while now. What? Yeah, this is not a great place to fight him. At least I'm getting Stormhawk feathers. There we go. Warhawk's Talon. Dropped a sword? Huh. It's a dex weapon, I thought it would be. Talon swords are fixed to the legs of the Stormveil Warhawks, but this one has been repurposed for human use. The blade is thin and lightweight, so as not to obstruct the hawk's mobility, and it has spinning slash. Oh, you finally hit level 50, huh? Nice, Drew. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to Horizon. We were waiting for the new PC that was supposed to arrive yesterday, but it's delayed in shipping, so it probably won't arrive until next week. So we might just respec for either Sifu or Horizon at some point this weekend and go back, but honestly, I'm happy playing Elden Ring right now. Is a dance of me kicking its ass, it kicking my ass, and everything fun in between. So like when he starts spamming the stomps, I'm still not sure what to do. Maybe it's like dodge around him instead of back. Like, he's got too much poise for me to take him like directly head on and trade blow for blow. Maybe guard counters, because I'm hitting him with the charged R2, which breaks his posture a little bit. So, we'll try that. My logic does too. I tried jumping him in the those in the boss fights, and it looked like it still gave me a bit of damage, but I don't think it staggered me. But yeah, we'll try that. Really, I just need to stop being intimidated by this fuck and just go all out on him. His stomp is damn fast. Hi. He does that even outside of the fucking boss fight? Are you serious right now? Nearly got him. I think we got him. Tough optional enemies are everywhere, and it's good to know that he has his exact same moveset from the boss fight. Wings, tail, and all. Alright. I agree. He is very much an edgelord prick. And yeah, with this terrain, I think circling him rather than like backing off from him might be one of the best ways to go. Kind of annoyed that you can't backstab him though. What? I don't fucking think so this time, buddy. Aspect of the Crucible Horns. Well, George R. R. Martin specifically worked on the enemy lore, so you might not be all wrong there, the Jew Kashu. Now, what did he just give me? Looked like an Ash of War or a spell. Spell. Requires 27 faith. Creates shoulder horn to gore foes from a low stance. One of the ancient Erd Tree incantations creates a mighty horn on the caster's shoulder to gore foes from low stance. Charging allows the caster to barrel into foes before delivering the final attack. There is a manifestation of the Erd Tree's primal vital energies, an aspect of the primordial crucible, where all life was once blended together. That is really cool. Heyo, DK, thank you for joining us. We just killed a rather tough enemy. Now let's see what he was actually guarding. Haha, victory. Ooh, Trina Lilies. Try ranged battle. So sneak around him and like attack him with the bow from up there or with a big sorcery. Yeah, that's a tactic that can be used. Oh, 1 second. There we are. Oop. 1 second. There we go. Just responding to friend that I'm going to go see once this stream is done who needs help with Elden Ring, so I was going to help him out with that too. He is playing on PC, so I get to see what this looks like on a laptop. That's going to kill me this time. Try jumping. Fuck you. Try going inside. How about that? Oh! This was worthwhile. 100%. Oh, I saw that. And that. Right, that's the lower floor here, because it just brought me right up to this. Banished Knight gauntlets. Thick, full set of armor covering the entire body. These gauntlets were worn by knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. These fierce warriors were each and all accomplished. Perhaps that is why, despite their territorial losses, they were still named knights. I am betting that he does not respawn, especially since he gave me a very unique and decent mid-level spell. Okay. It's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up. There it is. Nothing here? Aw. But I'll tell you what, Jukichu, we'll put what you just said to the test. Because we have a very easy way back to him now. This didn't really even open up a shortcut at all. This was just the way back if you go that direction. Kind of makes me want to go back up to the top and see if I actually missed a direction that you could go. Yeah. This one is still not working. It's still down there. And it ends up here. Well, you know, they don't need fingers. Maybe that's their thing. You still here? Nope, he's gone. Just as I thought. Now I want to go back to that Everjail and fight the boss version again. But just like the Dark Rider at Weeping Peninsula that drops the awesome flail, I'll do that after Stormveil. All right, let's check this out one more time. Oh, you're a dick. And you are inconsequential. Shh. Be very sneaky around the one with the horn, because they're all asleep. Don't know why I didn't do this the first time. Hi! There is a whole thing in this game about fingers, the Ju-Kashu. The two fingers are the Lords of the Round Table Hold. Co-opers are called Furled Fingers. PvPers are called Bloody Fingers. Or Mad Fingers, even. Haven't found anyone who's fingerless. I have to see. Oh, really? Really? It makes me fat roll. I need to... I'm gonna have to put more into my endurance. I really am. Deep red hood that covers the whole head, worn by soldiers sent to the penal colonies who were required to keep their faces hidden. What does it look like for Fashion Soul's purposes with this? Actually, it doesn't look like bad, but it makes me fat roll. Alright, fine. Endurance. I was starting to pump my faith, but endurance has to go up. Or I need to find like a chest piece that I like that is actually lighter than this. There's gotta be a way up there. There has to be, because there's like messages there and shit. I'll figure it out. You are just a dick. two-handing is the way to go for that one, for sure. Yeah, I know. 4-pound headcloth. It's kind of insane. Wonder what happens if I go this way. I could probably drop down there safely. Try slashing. Yeah, I didn't think so. There's a lot of tightrope walking that can be done in this place. I could probably safely drop down there, too. Yep. Oh! I got too greedy with the charge that time. Okay, so that's a way we can go. Yeah, we were just over there. And then if I go that way, I can drop down into this chapel area. But my souls are in the other side, so let's go get those back, see what we can get. Hang on a sec. There we go. Yeah, all the enemies in this castle have kind of storm arts. It's Stormveil Castle. Like even these basic prisoner guys when they have the swords, they have a storm art that they can use. Okay, let's this time not die to the guy down there. I like that if you do this smart and sneak, these guys are pretty much just all free XP. I do like me free XP. Aha! Can I go all the way around? No, it gets blocked on that side. Didn't do this last time. I can easily jump to the next side. Ah, straight up death. Oh, stone sword key. And this is kind of a shorter way down to this guy. Oh, you fuck! Still, caught him by surprise. Alright, now let's go get my souls. This place is such a tightrope walk if you take the quiet way in. There's so much here. So what's over this way? Oh. There are so many paths you can take. That's how that was supposed to go the first time. Ooh, got his helmet, but it's an altered version. Thick full set of armor covering the entire... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Yep, it's the exact same. I thought it might say something unique about the dragon on his head, but no. Wait, is this above the... No. Ah! Down there! That gate, I'm pretty sure, is where it, like, cut us off in the network test if you went the loud way. No. No, it wasn't. But you know what? Let's go this way first. So I saw a shiny that way. Oh, there's a stone sword key here. Well, it's my claymore, DK. And as we all know from all the previous like Souls games, my claymore is where it's at. Let me fix the brightness a little bit for you guys here. There. So what are you protecting? I guess that's why you can find a twin stone sword key here too. Hawk crest wooden shield. And iron wet blade? Grants choice of affinity upgrade to weapon. What? Iron wet blade with a cipher engraved can be used as a whetstone knife. When applying an affinity using Ashes of War, an additional affinity of heaven, keen, or quality can be chosen. Oh! So basically, I can add more scaling options to weapons now, depending on what build I want. That's really cool. Oh, fuck! Hi! Sneaky little bastard. He was gonna push me off to my death. Huh. There he is. Oh. Highland Axe. In front of that picture. Severed arms waiting to be grafted onto other people. So this must be Godric's lab. Wow. Yeah. Stanching boluses, so those must heal bleeding. Oh, y'alls are alive. Yeah, that spider guy has a fun spinny attack. Thankfully, it was really easy to dodge. It's just like, oh, so I stay behind him and he does nothing? Wow. This is quite the room. Hey! Oh. Okay, this whole area is fucking huge. There's the chapel if I had gone down the side with the birds. Oh. I do not want to go out that door. Hi. Some arrows. Well, you know, when you see the boss of this area, the Jukashu, this will make a lot more sense. Like, all the different hands and legs that are severed hanging. He's basically either waiting to graft them onto other things or to himself. This is why he is Godric the Grafted. What the Oh. Whoa. Hi. You're a strong pooch. Not strong enough, though. He gave me a lot. Oh, you were this one's bigger cousin, I see. A lump of flesh. Chrysalid's memento, a key item. Golden rune. But yeah, that stone digger troll got fucked. Brooch wrapped in red velvet. Memento left by the chrysalids, sacrificed for grafting. A brooch wrapped in red velvet. Traces of blood are visible. Faint, visible spirits try to convey something, but their voices cannot be heard. Chrysalids. That girl who gave me the jellyfish summon wanted me to do something about chrysalids. So maybe I bring that back to her. Actually, if you want a hilariously some good context filler for this game, DK, there was recently a Thai commercial released for this game, and I don't know who the marketing execs are for BandaiNamco in Thailand, but their advertising game is next level. They somehow used a modern-day family drama to literally tell the entire story of, like, what the bosses in Elden Ring are doing. Go check it out. It's actually an amazing ad. And it's subtitled, thankfully. I figured when I saw that elevator that it would lead me back here, and I am happy for it. I am not going to hit the bonfire and reset everything just yet, because I'm still exploring. I still have a decent chunk of my... Actually, you know what? The only real way forward down there... Oh, wait, no. There was another staircase down there, so I can explore that, too. Because, like, if I have to go out to the courtyard, I'm not going out through the door with all of the flaming fucking crossbows pointed at me. I'll go see, like, the path that those birds are guarding and check out that chapel instead. But first, what's up these stairs? What did I not search down here? Hello. Doesn't open from this side. We got a sleeping guard there. Because why not? You suck at your job. Go! No, you don't. I take it back. That's what I get for trying to be too flashy. Hello, Talus Varen. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's great to see you. And that was very much a whoops. But I'm going to go get my revenge on him. Yeah, I hope you're having a good evening, dude. Yep. Of course, the grafted scion is no longer here. He was a one-shot guy like the Crucible Knight. Oh, got his armor. Right, now, let's not be an idiot. See, had I done that... Mimics fail. Looked like it said it was a consumable. Use FP to mimic nearby objects. Oh, it's basically my chameleon spell. Okay. Oh. Oh, we're up here now. Oh, good. It's not a one-way trip. Bye! He was guarding nothing. I want to say I can survive that. But before I do... Oh, there's a ladder there, too. Oh. Okay. I see where we are now. The door that didn't open. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. 2-week vacation. Oh, the ground messages? Basically, they're messages left by other players. So, you could warn or troll people. It's a standard thing from, like, all Souls games. Are you familiar with, like, previous FromSoft games, Talus? Like, Dark Souls or Bloodborne or any of that stuff? Ooh, another stone sword key. Ooh, another enemy. And another chest. With a pickled turtleneck. Okay. So then I guess if I go through here, I'll be on that side. Yep. And another path over there. I don't think so, buddy. Not with your axe. Ah, well, this is basically Dark Souls 3 crossed with Breath of the Wild, so it's got a lot of the same things that Souls games had. This is actually more of a Dark Souls-style dungeon, but the overworld map of this game is basically Breath of the Wild. Oh. Well then. Oh, well then. Okay. Oh, and this is by that church. Oh, I got his greatsword. Alright, so let's see what's up here then. Because, yeah, that's the parapet where I was fighting those birds before we went down to fight the Crucible Knight. Do not need the lantern on right now. Yep, I remember. I came this way before, and then I was like, I wonder what's up, instead of across when we were playing yesterday. So, okay. Now we've kind of looped back around a little bit. I could go down there and get an item. Or I could go down here and also get an item. And a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what? Let's go down here first, because I'm pretty sure I can loop around back to the roof. Commoner's shoes. Oh, this is a no combat zone. That's what that little golden icon that just showed up means. You were the sorceress that I could have summoned as an NPC phantom to help me against Margit, but I didn't summon you. What do you have to say for yourself?
Ah, nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Roger's the name. A sorcerer, as you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormveil Castle? This place is bristling with tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
I am here to defeat Godric.
I see. Here to challenge Godric and lay your hands upon a great rune, are you? You can see it then, I take it. The guidance of grace. Well, enjoy it while you can. I'm tarnished, like you. But unlike you, I've seen neither hide nor hair of this guidance for the longest time. Still, I won't forget how it felt when I first came here, to the lands between. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? As a fellow tarnished, once guided by grace, I'd love to help you out, if it please.
So he has Glintstone Pebble, he has Carrion Greatsword, which is a fun one, and he has a Spinning Weapon. Don't need them, though.
Oh, keen to...
Nothing else to say, okay. Well, I'm wondering if I buy something from him, if he'll actually talk to me. Like, if he might tell me a little bit about why he's there. And we could say it was the parakeet's parapet, but fickle me wants to be like, yeah, but they're Stormhawks. Ooh, kukris. Those are always good. That's a lot of death, even though there's a friggin' scarab down there. And items, so we'll be going down there eventually. Oh, fine.
Oh, Keen to learn another battle art, are we?
You know what? I'll take your, I'll take this one from you, sure. Why not? Ah, ha, ha.
The battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Rea Lucaria, to the north of this castle. In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not going to be going for very many NPC summons, though. I like to fight the bosses one-on-one if I can. Besides, I have my Ashes of War summons should I need. Okay, fine. Now I'm curious. What if I learn that one? No? You know what? Fuck it. Let's buy you out. Collection purposes.
Oh.
Nope, you have nothing. So that's all that's in this chapel. So there's no reason to go down Parakeet Lane ever again. Yeah, fine. We'll call it the Parakeet Parapet. Oh yeah, that's where I got that additional whetstone. Okay. How are we doing for health? Still 6. Yeah. Not quite sure if this is a death drop or not. Let's find out. Not quite a death drop. Ah, this is the entrance to Stormveil Castle. So if we went out the loud way, we'd be down here. So this is a way to loop back around to the beginning. Ooh. PvP items. Whoa! You were a bit more badass looking than I thought you were. Oh, fuck! Oh, okay. That was close. All right, then. I almost came out on top, though, the Jukishu. Almost came out on top. And these guys aren't that bad. And they really suck at keeping the high ground. Wait a minute. This isn't the right way. Getting all turned around here. I will not debate you on that, the Jew Kashu. You are quite right. Okay, my dumbass needs to remember what is up this ladder. Oh, right. It's a challenge with those two because they're both really quick and I eventually learned from my mistakes. I might go back to using my shield against them though. We'll see. Have faith, though, Talus. We'll get them. We nearly got them the first time. Ain't no reason we can't get them now. Got his boots. Okay. that's how that was supposed to go. That joke was very ham-fisted, the Jew-Kashu, but we'll allow it. Because there is truth to it, and all of the best comedy has truth to it. Yeah. Basically, the way the loud version of the network test ended is you ran up to this staircase, and instead of there being a crossbow dude there, it was just a barricade blocking you off. This bridge was also not there originally too, so I'm guessing there is a way up here from the main gate. Oh! Stop that. There's a ladder up here too. Jesus Christ. It's almost a little overwhelming, the amount of paths that there are in this castle. That was the courtyard that we could see from the room with all the arms laid out for grafting. Ooh, Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. So this would be a quiet way behind a lot of those guys. It's over here, though. Oh, I know what's over here. We just did a loop. Ugh. Oh! Well, we know a quicker way back to him than the way I took to get here. Yeah, those guys can be tricky. Now I have to remember what that route is. Oh, right. It's the, this way. This way, yes. Oops. There. We definitely got him now. Grab my mushrooms. And this really is a great example of good level design. Like, I feel like I barely made it even anywhere close to the inner part of this castle. Just been running around effectively on the outside. You know what? You! There. Now. Oh my god. Good thing I made that jump. Wooden great shield. Alright, let's go down into this courtyard. All points lead to it. Oh shit. Yeah, that guy just came out of nowhere. A snake! That's what that guy was, Talus. He was a snake! My god, we're old. Hi! Dick? Sneak around, get the horn guy so he doesn't wake up everyone first. Alright. Take this tightrope walk. And that actually is the nice thing. There are so many different paths that weave in and out of themselves that once you've kind of explored an area, depending on where you fall, if you do, there are so many ways to take a quick route back. You asshole! You know what? At this point, I don't even fucking care. Y'alls can fuck off. I got places to be. That's when you know the hamster has stopped giving a shit. When he speedrun strats past the enemies. The one time he decides to poise through my attacks. Oh, I hate you. I knew that was about to happen. Oh, there are rats down there. Good to know. And this is what happens when you get rushy. You make mistakes. Alright, we'll kill these assholes. I need to get my friggin' runes back up, considering I do need 12k to level. At present. Wake up! And I mainly want to clear this courtyard out, honestly, so I can go backwards towards the main gate. And clear everyone out over there. That's really what I should have... That's going to be my strategy for those guys going forward. Don't even let the big guy have a chance to do a single thing. Alright, now let's clear this place out properly. Finger remedy, that's nice. Oh, hey. Oh, even better. Speaking of shortcuts. Had I known this was here. Doesn't open from this side, so we'll find something that comes back around here. And this works. So where exactly does this one lead? I hear a scarab. Stormcaller Ash 4. Oh, there's another point of grace right there. Right. Oh, because the boss is right there. I want to see the boss at least once. Well, we'll be back, but I want to see what he does. Let's check this out, guys.
Mighty dragon, thou art a true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. Lowly tarnished. Plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
You know what? Have some wolves. Okay. No. Come on, Godric. Oof. That was new. What you doing now? Whoa!
Nobly tarnished, though it unfit even to craft.
He is a neat fight. That was really cool. Okay, let's explore this place a bit more. Ha! He ran into the wall. Oh, a golden seed. Oh, it's some of the blackbirds with the flame masks.
Be proud. You were a fine warrior. Your only mistake was your choice of master.
Who are
Let the
you?
winds lift you to a higher place. Well, who do we have here? Tarnished, are you? Clearly not one of Godric's lot. I am Nefeli Lu. Tarnished and warrior, like
Oh.
you. I'm here by decree of my father.
Horaloo.
How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Godric's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds.
So you're Horaloo the Beastmaster's daughter. Interesting.
If you intend to challenge Godric, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight.
You know what? Just because of story significance, I might.
Apologies, but I've idled long enough. As fellow Tarnished, we must each follow our own guidance, down whatever road takes us to the throne of Elden Lord. Apologies, as fellow Tarnished, down whatever...
I do not like these ones. Die! Ah, we're still above all this stuff, too. What's truly terrifying, Talus, the birds or Godric? Because in a way, the birds are a great example of why Godric is so terrifying. Yeah, see, that is a reason why Godric is so terrifying, because the birds, with the blades grafted to their feet, they're grafted there because Godric added them. And with those black ones, he also grafted a mask onto their face, which is why they can spit fire. Let's put our sign in the pool, see if we can get some practice in fighting Godric. Oh. That could work. Hello, Gurihibs. And Gordo. Hi, Gordo. Alright, let us follow Guru Hebs. Those birds can be really damn disorienting to fight, though. Alright, Guru Hebs. Where to? Using Dariwal's blade. Oh, he needs to do this, I guess. Yes, I can be an edgelord myself. I may as well go help Gordo. What? Do I not have the... Weird. Why can't I use it? Yes, go get your scarab. Oh, there's another summon pool there. Pot boys! I saw them earlier. Alexander's ilk. Living jar shard. Raw meat dumpling. That was a massacre of living pot boys. You're wanting to come back out here? Go to Hibbs? Do you know where we are? Oh, there's more over this way, huh? Oh! Thank you for the heads up, Gordo. Good sir. He's gone, but I bowed to him anyway. Poor Gurry Hibbs! Oh dear. Ah! Huh. Oh, right, my souls that are in Godric's lair. Oh, I need that guy to break this statue. What? What is this? That better not be a painted world. Inside this place. Post Fingers Grave 2291.
Hey!
Oh, we're here. He went samurai. Which way are you wanting to go? See, I wanted people who are like actually going to fight the boss, not do the level. I mean, then again, like, you know, having the extra experience is nice. And I like how they do mark the other players on your map as well. Excuse me. And they all get a bit of an HP buff because we're co-oping. That's how they offset. So it doesn't become too easy. You guys are back this way, okay. Which way did y'all go? Okay, there you are. Ninnyhammer has died. It's okay, we do not need this Ninnyhammer. Where do you want to go? I'm following your lead. I am the summon. You are the host. You lead. That won't work. You want to get over to that item, you got to go this way. Somehow he made it across. Alright, where are we going, buddy? The network lag is kind of funny with him suddenly stopping and teleporting. Oh, he's searching because he's never been up here before, I guess. Gotta show him. See if we can figure it out. He's gonna go get that item first. I like being helpful. Yep, he's not dumb. Mushrooms. Sure, we'll follow him up. Bolt sticking out of my arm. Ah, the Erd tree. There we go, he's following. Ooh, that was close. He's coming. Now you have a choice. He's going that way. I'm leaving this one up to you because there's a, you know what, fuck it. You will want this.
Hey!
Come on.
Hey!
I like being helpful. And I like my wall standing. Alright, buddy, wherever you want to go. There we are. Which way did he go? You do not want to go that way. Yes, you want to go this way. There. You can't rest there because I'm here, silly. You know what? Let's see if we can help him out with this. If he's already done this. If he went up there, then down. He has not been down there yet. So let's help him with a really tough fight. You guys coming? You're just like, do I trust this? Where's our boy? All right, he's busy scouring for items. Where is it? I think Sushami might be fucked. Nope, Sushami was not fucked. You know what? Screw it then. Well, I did what I could. You guys are on your own for the rest of that fight. Oh, they got him. Good. I feel good about that. I really do. I'm very glad I could help that guy kill that incredibly tough fight. How much? Ooh. That's almost a level, actually. Okay, Pop Boys. Yep. Pot Boys, definitely not a challenge. Definitely not a problem. Ooh, another cracked pot. 3 cracked pots. More cookery. Or cookery, which is always nice too. Aha. Whole other path here. Man, this place is big. Oh, more Trina Lily. Smithing stone. More golden runes. What's in here? Prisoners' quarters, maybe? There's a lot of them in here. Manor Tower Shield. Yay! I've got a piece of wood in me. Right. There are a couple shields I need to look at. Tall, medium-sized shield given to knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. Most of these knights were sent to the fringes, where they were forced to start anew with only despair for company. An iron great shield large enough to cover the entire body depicts the Round Table Hold, gathering place of champions. Great shields boast high damage negation and guard capacity, making enemy attacks easy to repel, and it's got the shield bash. Wooden great shield with a metal ornamentation. Great, yeah. Okay, cool. So then, let's continue. Whoa, what? Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. Oh, Sorcerer Rogier left that message. You can tell NPC messages from player messages because they've got an extra big glow on them. Probably could have jumped there, but no real reason other than be show-offy, I guess. First off, well done. Wait a minute. Is this... I think this is the area we were looking at near the start. We're just like, how do we get the item up there? Oh, right, and there was that painting. Ah, and then there's this door. Cool. Okay, we've opened up more. But I want to go check out that painting. Prophecy painting. Oh, so that's a... I know exactly where that is. That's the waterfall right behind where we came out at the start of the game. Okay, first off, I'm going to get him resurrected so he can break that thing for me. Also, B scaling on strength if I make it heavy. Let's go on that. See how that works. Nope, not that way. That's not how you break it. Oh. That was dumb of me. Do I lure the giant all the way over there to break it then? Because I could. Thank you for killing the dog. Oh no. Thank you. Wait, why am I down to 9,000? Did I have to, like, purchase this or something? Because I had 11,000. It's weird. Anyway. Alright, let's see if we can lure the giant down here to break that statue. Oh, there's an item over there. Come on. Come on, over here. Thank you. Ow. There. Now, where were we, guys? All right, we were here. Who's that? Is that someone up here who wanted a piece? Yes, it was. Oh, he wanted the whole thing. Alright. Let's regenerate our health stock and then go see what's beyond this door. Bats. They didn't light fire at all. Ah, okay. Okay. It's an easy way down there. I can't get back up anyway because I went down to fight the bats. So what is in this basement? A scarab and rats. Big rat. Oh! Nice. I hear the scarab. Where is it? Poison bloom. There it is. Rancor call. Be wary of monstrosity, therefore try summoning. Well, this is a whole, like, I am honestly just kind of blown away by how big this dungeon is. How many paths interconnected? Okay, that's not a door. So, only way left down here is the way that this apparent monstrosity is. And again, thank you to everyone joining us. Hello, all the new people who've come in to check the stream out. I'm glad to have you with me. You don't have to follow or donate or anything like that, but, you know, if you do like what you're seeing, I suggest hitting follow, because I'll be doing much more of this. Okay, so what's this monstrosity down here? What? Oh, it's not a boss. Is a fast move. Oh, it's a fire breather. Oh, that's an AoE and a half. Camera is my enemy. And I'm stuck. There we go. Did not mean to double chug that. Oh, and there's the punish. Where's your weak point? There it is. That was a really cool fight. Oh my god, he dropped a golden seed. That was friggin' awesome. Smoldering butterfly. Another stone sword key. Throwing daggers. Excuse me. So that was like some sort of crazy mini boss then. And wow. What? That? Is that a tree root? Prince of Death's Pustule. What did I just get? Is it an amulet, maybe? Yes. Raises vitality. A fetid pustule taken from facial flesh raises vitality. Vitality governs the resistance to the effects of death. It is said that this pustule came from the visage of the Prince of Death, he who used to be called Godwyn. As the first dead of the demigods, it's said he buried deep under the capital at the he is buried deep under the capital at the Erd tree's roots. So this is a thing that we found, and that ladder is leading us back up. That was all kinds of amazing. Ooh, 1 second. There we go. Sorry, I was just double checking something. Sorry, I have to be a nerd for 1 second. That was just cool. No! Oh, that's what being a fucking shutterbug gets me. Instant death. That is a lot of souls on the ground. Let's go get them. So what's in here? A bat. And an arteria leaf. Okay. Screw off, bat. At least it's not going to be that hard to get them. Like, they're in an easy spot. There's not a lot of hard enemies. That thing is not coming back. There's no way in hell that thing comes back to life. No, we're not doing that. That will still always be one of my favorite things about these games, is the way they teach you to laugh at death. Specifically, your own death. And how friggin' dumb it can be sometimes. This game is great at hoisting you by your own petard. Petard. Yeah, see, this thing didn't come back. Okay. I can't believe I fell off the did that one epic fight in one shot, and then fell off the ladder. Still, that worm thing wasn't that terrifying. The camera was more of an enemy than it was in that fight. This is one long rope ladder. We're nearing the top. No, we're not. There we are. Where are we now? Is there more rats down here? No, there's... Oh, I know exactly where we are. There's little one. And there's its daddy. Okay, well, aside from Godric, there's really only one other place to go from what I can see here, and it's going back to the main gate and going through that side, because there is a really cool fight there that I do want to do. Oh, right, you're both still around. Will you just stop? Alright, let's Rampart Tower, lift side chamber, secluded cell. That's the one right by Godric. Let's go here first. It's almost a level. Let's make it a level. It's time to start pumping the endurance, because I do want to start wearing more armor. Okay, now let's see. Good. Overall, these are better. But first off... Audio Boy says that I should give a shout out to Lurks, who is watching the stream silently. Thank you for the Lurks. Very much appreciate having you here. See, that still makes me heavy roll, and that annoys me. Alright, so gauntlets it is. Tad more defense. Now let's get back to the front gate, because I want to kill that not-so-cowardly lion. That lion is the last thing from the network test that I know is still here. Once it's dead, it's 100% blind to me. Oh, and apparently, I should also be shouting out Animozzi for following the stream silently as well. Thank you both for tuning in. My little audio boy, who is my behind-the-scenes helper, likes pointing out when people are watching that might not have said hi. Because, of course, if I don't know you're watching, I can't say hi. But I very much appreciate having you all here. Oh, the hubris! I had enough time to get the parry off. Ah! You came from upstairs, didn't you? Alright, you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't have all day. Hi, Clyde! Thank you for tuning in. Glad you're here. No, I don't want to be dual wielding my shield. Alright. And you woke up? Alright. See, taking them out by coming in from behind, as opposed to, like, head-on where they all have flaming crossbow howitzer cannons by the looks of it, definitely a good thing. Fuck you with your great axe. Oh, there's a doorway here now, too. Oh my god. There are so many different paths in this dungeon. It is gigantic. Like, this is like 2/3 of an actual, like, Dark Souls game, almost. No, it's not. It's, like, easily the size of, like, a big area. This might be, like, the size of 2 Irithils. Maybe. Oh, that's definitely not a hidden wall. But we have another stone sword key that we can use. Two chests. Godslayer's seal. Godskin prayer book. Give to a learned cleric to acquire new incantations, so I can use that at the round table. Hold. Prayer book bound in supple skin. Incantations of God-slaying black flame are written within. Use black flame and black flame blade. And I just found an amulet as well. But it's not in my amulets. Is it a key item as well? I don't see it here. It's not a consumable, is it? No. Really? Where'd it go? Oh! Sacred seal of the Godskin Apostles inlaid with obsidian. Said to to represent the manipulation of black flame. This catalyst enhances Godslayer incantations. Requires 27 faith to wield. Well, DK, you know, that is a good mentality to have. Keep them all down. Yeah, okay, now we're like right back at the... Yeah, there's the main gate. So there's the start of the dungeon if you go the loud way and not the quiet way. That is fatal, but it almost feels like I should be able to get down there. Wait a minute. Is there stuff behind here? Nothing important, at least. Okay. Yeah, see, that's where the Hall of Godric's grafted arms are. Golden rune. Golden rune. Pike. Wait a minute. Can I? No, I can't. Oh, actually, we're gonna go and clear that part out in the front, but there are crossbowmen up on that hill that'll take me out if I try to go down just without killing them first. So we're gonna go up this way and over to where that bridge is. And we can't. At least not from that side. So... Oh, we can do it from there. Man, this dungeon is insane. Like, just the scope of it is unbelievable. For, like, everything else that's in this game. I think we can I can safely now say, like, this game 100% surpasses Bloodborne as my favorite From Software title. I only have one flask left, so this might be trickier than I thought. It will be, actually, because I gotta go after these assholes. And that's going to sacrifice a portion of my health. Oh, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Wait, I didn't need to go that way at all either. I'm foolish. That's the quicker way to get back there. I actually don't think I needed to deal with them at all. But I also could be wrong. Ah! There's just so many paths you can take that I guess I thought that was the way we needed to go for them. Out of sheer curiosity, where does this lead? Oh! Yeah, I really didn't need to go after them. Or I don't need... Actually, no, I do still need to go after them, but I don't need to take the drop to get to them anymore. And I can use the other bonfire, just fight through. Okay. Okay. There. So yeah, there's those guys there. What is this? I think I did find this ladder, but I don't remember it. Oh, I do. Okay, perfect. So I can actually avoid those guys completely. If things go south. That's fantastic. Don't need to worry about the Banished Knights anymore. Load off my mind. No! Shit! And this is where I wish that mobs in Legacy Dungeons also refilled your cerulean tears. But you know what? Now that we know what we know, and I know officially which one of those guys bears the horn. It's getting rather late. And I do have to make it over to a friend's house. It's getting pretty late. I should have ended this actually 20 minutes ago, so we are getting distracted. So I'm actually going to have to call this stream here. But I will be back with more Elden Ring tomorrow. We're going to go down that way, clear out the rest of the dungeon, and then it's Godric time. Time to get our first great rune. And thank you so very much again to everybody who tuned in to join. I bow to all of the shout-outs, of course, to Talus Varen, the Jew Kashu, DK, Drew, and Pup Clyde, all for sounding off in the chat. Y'alls are amazing. And, yeah, until next time, y'all stay safe and have a good night. And be excellent to each other. Hey. Bye-bye!